everyone. How are you guys? I hope you've all had a happy Wednesday. Market is still wild, doing the things. That's not gonna change.
Good morning, Miss Jenny.
How you doing?
I'm blessed, thank you.
Blessed and highly favored. Okay, that's like the best response you can give, right? Is blessed and highly favored.
Absolutely. I was watching some of your videos, and I love the fact that you all open up with prayer. You can't do no better than that.
Hey, listen, I probably wouldn't like not probably, but for sure, for real, I wouldn't still be doing this without that. So on that note, Miss Barbara, will you check our hearts? And then we're gonna check out these charts. And I'm a poet today, I guess. So good morning. Hold on. Oh, wait. Listen, if Miss Barbara's not here, I'm sending because if she wasn't here, she would totally tell me. Hold on. Let me see. Uh-oh. Hold on. Miss Barbara, are you there? Listen, the very few times that she's not on, she always tells me. Always, always.
Miss Jenny, where do I find the strategy videos at?
I know that so where did you come in and find me from?
Super easy. I'm a new trader, so this is all new to me.
Okay, so you're on through Futrix, right?
Yes.
Okay. There's a couple videos on there that teach you how to kind of set up everything and everything you need to know. Beyond that, these calls are all recorded, so you can kind of see them. The last couple of videos I think are posted on the Futrix site and of course on my YouTube as well. So that's where you're going to be able to see um, all the things to do. And really, in that settings video, that's going to talk to you about the strategy, and it's also going to talk to you about just different ways to use it. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I want people to kind of find their own groove with it.
Okay.
In theory, hopefully. And I don't see Miss Barbara, but that's okay. That's okay. I definitely want to call somebody and make sure she's okay because that's just a very unlike her in general. Oh my gosh, no link. I'm the problem. That makes more sense. Hold on, you guys. I popped on and there were so many people in here. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even think about posting the link. We usually post the link. And that's a me problem. So I'm the
I
100%.
know Pete said from time to time you all are going to change it, so I
Yes.
go to the website and check there because I have it saved on my library. I've got a library for um, Uncle Pete. It's a private library. Telegram that I keep all my videos and chartings and everything in there. So that's where I'm.
Yes, sir. Well, I posted the link, so give everybody a couple of minutes to roll in here. We will check our hearts. I'll wait on Miss Barbara. I'm big on that. Like, I just think it sets us up on the right stage, 100%.
That's awesome. Giving God the glory. Yes.
Honestly, I really feel like he's a pretty, not pretty, but just a really big participant in my life in ways that, I mean, we wouldn't talk about charts if I only talked about that today, because honestly, it's that big of a deal, just that big of a participant. Um, Hold on here. We're just hanging out for a second because I didn't post the link. I just guess I didn't want to today. I don't know why.
And while we're waiting, Ms. Jenny, the gentleman was asking you about the setups and all. Are you all going to plan on actually doing just a Zoom to? Because like I said, I don't really know where to find the videos. I was searching on your channel. Would they be there? Do you all have a few tricks YouTube channel as well?
I think Uncle Pete's putting everything on super easy. So, and mine's all on 6FTC. So I know we have one that goes over all the different uses of the strategy. So I can see if my team can send that to me and Uncle Pete can post it. If not, we'll go over it today and I'll ask my team to cut it out and shorten it up. This way you guys would have it on the site. Does that sound good?
Excellent.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, let me check the chat one more time. Miss Barbara, are you there?
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. I was like, should I be worried? I think I actually am worried. How are you?
Great.
Will you pretty please check our hearts and then we'll get started?
Yes, I will. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we come before you, Father. thanking you, Lord, for all that you do and continue to do in our lives, Father. Father, we invite your Holy Spirit, Father, to just have your way today, Father, as we go through our session, Father. We just thank you, Lord, that your message will, even during this session, Father, will just fall on the receiving hearts today, Father. We just thank you for all that you do. We give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, so we've got 9 minutes opening bell. I've got the 1 hour, 15 and 2 minute up off screen. So I'm gonna go through this as fast as humanly possible. And to do that, I'm gonna go to the 30 minute. I'm gonna turn off all my indicators just so you guys can kind of get a good picture. We're at a really interesting spot as we click around. Gold is sitting at a very key pivot point, and to get a little bit of a retracement, I would definitely like to see one. We'll see if we can break through pre-market low. Yesterday's low would be the next target, and then this high. But obviously, this is a counter trend scalp, so just something to take a look at. We're going to go where the market goes. But it's hard for me sometimes because, this is ES. We knew we wanted to sell, it took forever, and then gap down. We knew we wanted to sell, it took forever. Waited till no one was at the church to go tink. It's easy to know where the market's going, but when you're scalping, you got to go where it's going right now. So big picture stuff, again, I think we still have a lot more downside potential, but it doesn't mean we're not going to pop up. I really love these wicks to the upside for selling pressure, but look, we still respected this pre-market low. And now we've got another wick forming. We've got 7 minutes left on this pre-opening bell candle. And we were looking, okay, fine, this got rejected. I was looking for this to sell down, but we didn't, at least to come into this imbalance, and the buyers are just pushing, pushing, pushing. But I'm going to zoom out to show this ugly picture real quick to go here. NQ, big picture stuff. I really want to see this retested because look at the difference. ES, okay, it looks pretty comparable. YM, and we know that has a lot to do with the tech sector that had all those earnings reports and all the negative stuff going on. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So just big picture, taking a look at where these key levels, they're going to be important. If we start to sell down on YM, we're going to be targeting prior to this low. I'm always targeting a little bit before the low. To me, it's an easy, safe way to get out, and I don't get missed by a tick because that's the worst part. Missed by a pip or missed by a tick. That's that. So indicators back on. Back to the 2 minute. 6 minutes to opening bell. This is YM. Easy buy up. Lot of liquidity left behind. Bookmaps got orders all over the place. NQ, I was really liking this bearishness, but now look, we're not there. So it's just anybody's market. We're cool, pop up, anybody's market at this point. So let's go take a look real quick at the fear and greed index. I checked it a few minutes ago. I don't know why this site struggles so much to load if I'm on here, but us not making lower lows is it's an interesting thing we've got going on. I think it has to do with the sentiment because the dollars and the tariff stuff I don't think is lining up, but it's not up to me, sadly. It's definitely not up to me. An earnings report should be putting some huge dents on it too. What the heck is that? 5 minutes for opening bell and it's what is this? So we'll give this a second to load. Big bearish candle. Huge. Huge.
Miss Jenny, I'm trying to bring futures up on trading. Do I have to pay for data there or?
Guys, to be honest, so those are the questions that, number one, I'm going to beg you guys not to give too much of your hard-earned money away. And I want to stand for that. It's who I want to be as a person if you are my best friend. So be careful with all the companies trying to upsell, add an add-on service. Stop. Be careful. Having said that, you do need data. So you can get it from AMP, you can get it from your prop firm, you can technically get it from a couple of places. That's where we're sitting there.
Oh,
But
okay. So I can use that
yeah,
third party data in Tradingview rather than buying Tradingview.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
that's not a problem. I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till I
Mhm.
get set up in
Yeah.
the proper way with whatever prop firm you were mentioning yesterday, which I've got to look into.
And this is
Okay.
going to be, I don't know if this is good advice or not, but just because I have spent way more than I care to admit online on, trial and error here, it might not be a bad idea to practice this strategy on US 30, NAS, S&P. It's not going to be exact. Don't plan on being exact. but it's a free way to do that until you get familiar. Because even myself this morning, Ninja, I don't know why Ninja Trader is a third party broker platform. I don't even know how to define it. It's how I mirror everything with Replicanto. It's got delayed data again, and I can't figure out why because I've got umpteen accounts linked to it. So we'll see, we'll see. Um, but let's talk about the chart. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes until opening bell. This is yes, yesterday's close. So come back down to yesterday's close. That's what I was looking for, but then we started popping back up, and then okay, we're popping back up, we're popping back down. That's yesterday's close. So on ES, yesterday's close. I'm more looking for the move down, but we're gonna go where the market goes. NQ and then YM. YM, we're below where we closed yesterday. So we are below where we closed. I really want to see how this plays out. ES has got a great JGX. It's just hard to navigate. It's hard to trail and do all the things. I am again logged into Tradovate. I don't know if that's going to cause problems or not, or if I'm going to start sharing like a ninja chart as well, so you guys can see the entries and the profits and whatever else. But ultimately, the goal is not to just have a 5, 10,000, $50,000 day. The goal is to mirror this and to have consistent profitability. Again, I've got people who can flip a $50 account into 500 on the daily, and that's awesome. Obviously, that's more FX style. But there are also people who can make 5, 10 grand and then they're denied payouts because of what? The 30%, 20% rule. And I know it doesn't seem like much. You're thinking, well, if you can make that much, why can't you just keep it? Why don't you just go do it again? Not as easy as it sounds because after, depending on which broker, but on that particular broker, prop firm, I should say, it takes 8 days. So 8 more trading days without going above or below the 30-minute, 30% drawdown or, windfall rule. So a little harder to do because real life, you're going to have bigger days and smaller days. So the goal is just to get our little bit of profit, couple $100, preferably less than 1,000 to not break the consistency rule. I, for the next few weeks, am not going to mirror this account to all my others because that's just too much risk on too much money. But as we go on, what I'd like to do is take my entry. You'll know that, hey, I got whatever, $200, $300, $400. You'll also know that that's mirrored between umpteen accounts, a couple accounts with a couple different brokers. And of course, I will on occasion be trading my Blue Guardian platform, which I don't always do during New York. It's usually the platform I use for my after hours or, bigger play because it's easy. Easy, easy. So let's see. Big swing up. Hourly chart's kind of sexy, guys. I liked what I saw and then it changed directions. It kept changing. That's ES. We love it. Big wick. I'd like to see us push down. That's NQ. Too much rejection here, though, so it's anybody's market. 1 minute until. YM, it's already done dropped. Gold, we're pushing down. So I'd love to be in some of these. If I wasn't on this right now, I'd be in some of these. But market is open. Let's go back to the 2 minute, put our indicators back on. We're dumping. Gold, we like gold for the sell. Off screen, make sure I'm on the right broker. We've got 1.5 minutes left on this 2 minute opening bell. Remember, the first entry, breakout entry, I'm babying that entry because I could very well buy or sell into a wick. After you're confirmed, after you get a retest, if you're with the bigger, clearer trend, by all means hold. Totally up to you on what you want to do with that position. 100% up to you. But if I'm buying at break, I want to baby this as much as possible, even if it means I make a little less. Again, if this was my AMP account, I'm trading it differently. But if it's a prop firm account, these rules matter and it's the only way to a payout. So it does matter a whole bunch. Why is this going up? And look at NQ. NQ wicked down. Didn't wick enough to kind of take a low. ES still looking bullish. YM Indecisive. Gold pushing up. Okay, we've got 30 seconds left. If we are taking this, there's our low, okay? It's not gonna be super easy. We got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna go to mute all. There you go. I'm not in this yet. I'm just preparing to be in my ES. Because N and Q just moved too much. That's still all opening. That's 300 ticks. Opening bell. This market is so much fun. So much fun. Formed a doji. Our 2-minute candle's officially formed. And then here we go. We're getting ready to break out. Keep in mind, we're right up against the lows. This is yesterday's close. Easy target to yesterday's close. That'll kind of fill the gap. We like it. It's just that's a very big amount of room. So let's see if we can stay below this 50% or come below this box itself. Our breakout box. Where are we at on our pivots? We're sitting at a 15-minute pivot I'd really like to get below, which is 5325. And there we go. So we're entering this. Yeah. Not a bad fill. I am going to adjust this stop loss back out. Remember, this particular setup is done with automation. So meaning it has things that are going to kick in and there it goes. It kicked in before I could even touch it. I'm going to try to drag it back to give my trade a little bit more room. I'm doing this off screen on Tradovate. I don't usually adjust on this, but let's see what we can get. This is going to pop around automatically here in a second. Oh, I could have got out with that much, but I did not. Obviously. That's where the automatic management kind of comes in handy. It's very helpful. I'm going to keep that on the other side for right now. It's very helpful. You come this much, it's $300-400. Again, one account, not the end of the world, but you end up getting out with anywhere between like $100 and $300. Worst case, you can get back in when confirmed, right? But I pushed it back to kind of give it a little bit more room because of how NQ was dropping. But now, depending on what account you're on, keep in mind, if you had like 2 minis on this pull down and then all the way up to here is enough to break all the rules. Like you've broken several rules on several different one of those accounts. So please lock what you can get most of the time until you build a pretty big buffer. This time I didn't, go figure. We still haven't hit that 2-minute range. That should be a pretty easy target. Pretty easy target to hit. I'm only keeping it there. If we close above there, I'm getting out. So bear with me. I'm going to pop up a little bit. The trail will kick in before we get down to here, though. This was yesterday's low. We've got a pivot at 5254. 5254. That's way below here. That's on the hourly, though. 9 minutes still left on this 15-minute candle. Wish I was in NQ, man. I wanted to take NQ this morning. It just moved too quick, too much before I could go over there. Oh, well. Oh, come on. When we pop back down again, I'm locking back to where I should have, would have, could have, should have been. Look at NQ too. NQ did the drop beautifully. That's the 2-minute. but I could, there's just that range so big. Gold, pushing up again. Every day, just buy gold. NQ, not the best entry, but you got still a lot of room down there. Still lots of room. NASDAQ, S&P, open higher, huh? Guys, whoever's having problems with the indicator, there's a couple of videos. It's all very, very, I know learning new things is hard too, right? But this very, very simple. You've got to check the time frame based off of where you live in the world. I can't help with that part too much, and neither can Futurix, like really anybody. You got to know where you're at in the world for where you're sitting at UTC time. You've got to program the clock in here to match whatever time it is for you. So yes, mine is 9:30 because I live in Florida. But if your New York Open is typically at 8:30 your time or 7:30 your time, you need to type in your time if you're using your time. Okay. 100%. If it's not showing up, you don't have a checkbox, you have this set wrong or you have this set wrong, but pretty self-explanatory. I mean, reasonably. And I'll help walk you guys through it. Let's just look for a couple of trades first, and then I will help wherever I can. My indicator only is showing from the previous charting. So it's not showing. If you hover your mouse over your chart, what time does your time say on the bottom of your screen right now? Does it say 9:30? What time does this say? Also look back at the recordings from yesterday. Yes, we went over all of it yesterday too. And I know when you're starting something new, you always kind of have these moments. So I'm okay with that. But on the bottom of my screen right down here, it's telling me what time it is where I live or however I have my trading view set up. This is telling me what time frame I'm basing it at. We should get this nice dip down. Nice dip down to that gap fill right here. That's what I'm going for. I loosened up my settings, which means I could have closed out with my $100 or $300 and then took it again anywhere in this window back down, which would be a $700, $800 day. I'm going to go ahead and lock my position because remember I disabled that little part. And then as we push a little bit far, oh, it did that too quick. It's probably going to knock me out. Come on. Oh, knocked me out. Knocked me out, 400-ish bucks. I'll take it. I will take it, take it, take it. Target is still down here. If we pull back up, I'll take one more. Let's see. I won't re-enter there because there's no good spot for me to re-enter there. My target is still here. Those of y'all are still holding. As long as we don't close above this 50% mark, you still got a great trade there. So the way I have my management set up on Tradovate is once it enters, I'm up a couple of points. I lock, which means I'm just 1 point above break even. Once I'm up about 9 points, it starts trailing by 1 point. This way, 1 to 1, 1.5 to 1, based off of wherever I end up dragging that stop loss to. I get that trade most of the time or a break even, which is definitely not bad. 1 micro on sell. I wanted NAS, but this is the trade I wanted on NAS was more JGX. This was too big. I wanted this entry. This entry is the one I wanted. Boom. Because look, this is the move. You popped up. This was the 8 a.m. I did that, so I caught that. But that's the move. The safe, easy, done move. This is our overnight low. That's it. We took it easy. I want to just take it into the previous day close. Simple, simple. Simple, simple. But I miss my NAS. Oh, coming back in. So I got my profits. 400, I think probably 412 is likely where it closed me out. I'd have to go and see. But I'll look for one more entry. That's a couple of points. I think we are going to close above. It's hard to say, but I am definitely looking to come here. I took the sell before the open. Protected. There you go, Alex. Protected it quick. You needed to take the sell before the open. Okay, good. I'm so glad, Scott. It's okay. I have 1,000 errors. My new one today is Ninja Trader, and it cost me quite a few things, and I have no idea how to fix it. I was starting to Google it this morning. And logged me out. Okay. Don't know why. So I'll have to log back in to show that stuff, but didn't quite touch the lows. We did sweep overnight though. So we swept the overnight low. Now let's see what we can get. Because you can easily, now that that's done, now that that's complete, this is our 5-minute time frame. We've wicked down. Let's see what we get. We get a nice engulfing candle. We've got a low over here. A lot of volume left down here. $15-minute range is almost formed. Almost formed. So we're chilling. Okay, go into the chat. I took the JGSL. See, that's what I really wanted to do that, but I'm trying to stick with the breakout right now, Alex. Just because to keep it simple. But that was the move, especially with the wicks to the upside. That is the move. Perfect retest. Beautiful. But we're sitting close to the top of the 15-minute range currently. This is gold. It's just still buying. Yes, it's buying up. I don't really think that's a good turnaround spot, but I mean, we'll see. Because we've still got a lot of imbalance here. This is yesterday's close, but maybe that's all we were going to get. Two minutes. And boom. Going to the 2-minute time frame and going back to ES. This is going to be an easy buy when this sets up. Easy buy. Five-minute range. Here's where we're sitting. Nice 3-candle formation. And let's see. Wicks to the upside. Okay, what do you guys see and what do you guys want to look at? If we can break below, that's 2-minute time frame. I usually don't go to the 1-minute here, but just this. Boom. That's a nice retest of that 20. We're still really staying below the 50% of this opening range. So we come back down. This is a great retest, but it is risky. So if we want to take another entry, you guys won't see this show up because Tradovate signed me out. But I'm in that cell. It won't show up because I'm logged out of Tradovate. Don't know why. Don't know why it logged us out. Short position. Still targeting here.
So you're in a cell right now. Just wanted to make
I'm
sure,
in a
right?
cell. Yep, I'm in a cell, but it logged me out of Tradovate and I can't log back in without disconnecting other things improperly. So I'm in a cell. It's pulling up right now. I'm in a cell in ES. Negative $100, negative $50. In positive, positive 50, positive 70, 100. My trail is going to start to kick in here in a second. What is this price point? 209.
Hello?
I'm here.
All right, Jenny, this is Antoine. Oh, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So with the indicator, I know that it comes on at like 9:15 or 9:30. So other
Okay.
than that, does it just randomly keep going throughout the day?
I'm up 300 bucks and locked in profit. So I'm locked no matter what. To answer your question, I this starts at you can decide whatever time frame you want. This is New York Open. That's what we're trading right now, is New York Open, right?
Right.
So I don't understand your question. Does it continue throughout the day? Like if you want to trade a different time frame, you can.
Well, well, I noticed earlier this morning, like around 7, I happened to look and it was on. The indicator was on in a trade. Well, it was on. So I was wondering, like, does it just come on throughout the day at the New York session?
So it this comes on at whatever time you tell it to come on.
Oh, okay.
So like
Okay.
if you're telling it to come on, and remember this is going to be specific to your time zone, okay? But if you're telling it to come on at 9:30, that's where it's coming on at, okay? It'll come on
Right.
at 9:30. If you're telling it to come on at 8 a.m. or 2:30 or 8 p.m. for Sydney or 9 p.m. for Sydney or 7 p.m. for Sydney, that's what time it's going to come on to your chart is whatever time you tell it to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No, you are welcome. You are welcome. We're sitting below the point of control right now, guys. So I'm still in this. It hasn't knocked me out just yet. I'm only up 200 bucks, but we're trying to push back down again. We very well may, that just wicked me out as I'm talking and yapping. That's it. Boo. If we retest again, I'll take one more entry, but that's 512 on the day. 512. I'll take it. I'll take it, take it. If we stay below this 50% point, I'm still targeting that same area. Okay, the same exact area. But we got kind of a double bottom, so we'll see. I only have New York checked at 9:30, -4, still not coming up, Anthony. I will review the video from yesterday. Okay. Do you have, is there like a line through your show up through your eyeball thing?
Well, I'm currently on my phone right now, but like I said, I happened to look at my phone earlier when I noticed the indicator was on. So
Okay.
that's why I was just wondering, because I know I set it for 9:30 yesterday.
Okay, did you save it and did you save your template?
Uh, I don't think I did.
Pushing back up. Guys, when it comes to Tradingview, there's a lot of things that are outside of our control. So like I can't even begin to discuss them all. But A, your own template. B, you can have indicator turned on or off. Okay. C, the time of day that you're on. I'm trying to think of all the things. B, 9:30. Here's something we haven't talked about yet. You could have this set to like military time, I think is an option on here. Like that's going to be 100% up to your settings. So your time zone, I think you can do, I forget, I thought there was a way to do military time, but maybe there's not. Like, so there's so many other things that are outside. Oh, we're pushing. We might get our little breakout to the upside. It's like I can pull this up on my phone and I can see all the things, but I don't know why. I'm muted to cough and then I didn't unmute. I've got that dry spot in my throat. That throat. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Mm. 2-minute time frame is breaking out. Because we've already taken a few little instant moves, I want this to close and confirm. 15-minute time frame, we've come down. We're finally breaking up to the upside. We've got how many minutes? 8 minutes left on this candle. So let's see what we get. If we get above that opening range high, but for now we're going to sit and chill. We are going to chill. 2 minutes. 4-minute time frame is still kind of pushing down. Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting on one more entry. I'll take one more. Tomorrow's Good Friday, so remember, I know this is the launch of a brand new thing with Futrix. I'm going to actually be posting a video for 6FTC tonight for beta testing the strategy automation. Having said that, chats, emails, whatever. I can't speak for Futrix, but I can speak for me. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Sunday is Easter. There's not going to be a boatload of customer service Friday through Monday. Okay. It's holiday. It's a big deal for a lot of cultures. So please plan on that. Don't freak out. It's okay. We'll get back to you. We'll make a list, go through all the support, go through all the emails, go through all the DMs on Monday. So probably later on Monday because it's a whole holiday weekend. So plan on that. Okay. Tomorrow's Good Friday, also a good day to maybe not be trading. I don't even know if the markets are open tomorrow. Are they? Is it a holiday for trading too or no?
Markets are not open tomorrow.
Yeah. So they close today at 5 then. Oh, well, for America, huh? Or for the world. I don't know. Do not know. Is Sydney still going to have their session tonight? Thirty seconds left on this 2-minute candle. This thing that we've got marked up is pre-market high. So if we did take out pre-market low. Okay, we took that out right here. So we've taken that, we've retested into that little imbalance. My next target, if we're buying up, is going to be there to the upside. So we have 17 seconds left on this candle. We need to confirm before I enter. And unfortunately, I'm not logged into Tradovate. It kicked me out. I don't know why. We've got a nice little double bottom, quasi head and shoulders, you could even call it. That's the head, that's the shoulder, that's the shoulder. We've got our bullish close. Let's let this candle kind of come in a little bit. We're sitting at the 2-minute VWAP, and now I'm officially in the trade. Ah, with the pending order, so I was late. Late. No bueno. But I'm in, I'm up 150 bucks. Oh, I'm not gonna have time to protect that. And I will post a screenshot of these trades things so they're not on there, or I'll log back into Tradingview so you can see them. Tradovate in a second. But not why I have active orders, because then that messes up all the management. Just not worth it. So I'm in, profit, 2 points-ish. And I'm a little late. I would be targeting up here, all the way up into here. This is your one range. I'm definitely locking or protecting by the time I get into here. Here's your one range. And then, of course, there you go. 5 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. 5 minutes left on the hourly candle with a nice wick to the downside. So you've got some upward momentum. It doesn't mean we're not going to pull back a little bit. So manage accordingly. Like if you're not trading minis, you should have enough room to maybe hold the trade and let it play out. Let this be your bigger win to close out your Thursday in big profits, and not too much profits where it messes up your balance there. Okay. Not too much. I'm going to get knocked out in a second. We'll see. They're trying. Five minutes left on that candle. And that's it. Nice little wick to the upside. I don't want it to knock me out, but it's going to if it keeps trying. My stop loss tried to move in profit, but I moved it back down just to try to give this trade a little bit more room. There's also 4 minutes left on this 1 hour candle, so if we want to put a little body on it, it's going to have to pull back down some. This is what the 1 hour candle looks like. Got a lot of drawings on the way, but just to give us a little bit of a body, which right now we don't have much of. We'll see. I think that's an easy target. Couple of stopping points along the way. Easy, easy. If we break this area, we'll be coming up into here. Big picture stuff, we're still looking for some sells. But we're not trading big picture stuff in futures though. Still sitting above. But it's trying to put up 480 on the day. I think I'm up 510, 512, I think, or something like that, pretty close. But I've got this position open that I'm trying to give it room to breathe. Might tap out with a loss because I coulda, shoulda, woulda locked in profit, but didn't. I moved my stop loss back down. I do want to give this plenty of room. I'll say again, because I know a lot of people had asked, I don't put a hard stop loss right here. I do have a hard stop loss typically kind of outside of either these candles or the other edge of the box, for example. And I use this area as a mental stop loss, meaning I don't mind if we wick around it, okay? As long as we're not closing and kind of continuing there. Because a lot of times, especially, this isn't a good example, but we'll get these moves that you buy up, okay? And you come back down, you wick, and they're just knocking you out. I don't want to get knocked out every time this happens. And I mean, this is a good example of a perfectly, smooth winning streak, but you would have taken several losses if you just put a hard stop loss, or in my case, like if I'm locking profits all the time. If I'm locking profits. If we can confirm, I'd add to my position and try to take it all the way up, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like we might be trying to form a little bit more downside. So we really don't want it to break these areas, but we might, because it's 1 minute left on this candle, hourly candle. So if we want any bit of a wick on that hourly candle, it can push down, especially enough to make a slightly lower low. So we'll see. As I get closer to profit, I'll be locking it pretty quickly. I'm in on a 1 minute JGS sell. These choppy days, the JGS, it's so simple. Because you get your move and you're out. You get your move and you're out. Scott, that's you're paying for data and it's delayed. So you're still having the D's next to here. For the cost of this industry, please consider going to Apex. I think it's Apex Funding or apex.com or something like that. Buy a $33 account, use code 6FTC. It gives you the data and it gives you an account. I have tried umpteen ways to get access to that stuff without that, and it's not cheap. So even my AMP charges me every month. And I'm not saying to use them as your end all to make the 2040 payouts or whatever. I mean, that's the goal maybe one day. But I'm saying for cost-effective approach to having funds to trade, getting the data, the connections to Tradovate, it's just a really cost-effective way. And as you get better, buy the 5 or 10 accounts and, go for the gold. But until then, a couple accounts is plenty. You're good. You're totally good. Otherwise, I like Take Profit Trader best. Take Profit and Blue Guardian. Although the payment process from Blue Guardian is a pain in the butt. Very much so a pain in the butt. But Take Profit Trader has a much better payout policy. And unlike like Apex or Tradeify and stuff, you don't have to wait 10, 20, 40 days. It's very hard to have 40 days with 10 days with no technology problems, no market problems, no trader problems, no execution problems. It's very hard to go 8 days without having any bit of a slip up to the upside or the downside. So you can't have any really good day in those 8 days, and you can't have any really bad day in those 8 days, or you fail, or 10 days, depending on which account we're talking about. Take Profit Trader, you're in profit, you've hit the buffer, you can take some out. You're in profit, you've hit the buffer, you can take some out. Blue Guardian, very seamless process. You're in profit, you've had the buffer. Every week, you can take out a payout. Every week. Not a lot of kickback or nonsense, but it's not like a $20 billion payout at first, but you don't need a $20 billion payout. So don't need it. But we're pushing up. We're there. I'm in profit, $150. I really want to not lock it because I know if I put my stop loss in here, I'm just going to get knocked out. So I'm trying to be patient, but I really should just lock it. And yeah, I should just lock it because it's bouncing around. Where do I learn? Derek, 15-minute orb, go to YouTube. There's so many gurus on it. 15-minute orb is, okay, we've got our couple of trades. Let's go to a pair we don't have a trade on. 15-minute orb, very, very simple. Wait for this to show up. This is your 15-minute opening range. So orb stands for opening range break, right? In this case, here's our 15-minute. We're sitting at the middle of that 15-minute, okay? All the opening range break orb strategy, and there's 1,000 variations on opening bell strategies, is as we break, okay, and move in that direction, we're buying up to certain levels of this range, right? This is a huge range, though. That's 500 ticks. That's a big range. It is not small. It is not a baby. It's very, very big. But it also takes a long time. So like if you're going to come, if I were to be doing 15-minute, I would probably use the alert system on this indicator, or I wouldn't come to the chart until 9:45, because otherwise I'm going to want to do so many things that it's not a good idea. Just not a good idea. So you're waiting till 9:45 to even look. If and when price continues on the outside, you're taking it. You're looking for 50% of the range, 25% of the range. You're looking for previous key levels. Sydney, London. I don't use a lot of midnight, but I know a lot of people trade, the midnight open, yesterday's close. You can trade areas of interest or highs or lows. 100% up to you on what you want to do there. And then JGS, we've got videos on that on the chat, and I'll see you. We'll go over it probably, maybe give me a week or two. I know a lot of people reference it, but let me focus on this for the people who are definitely here for this. And then in our classes, we'll definitely talk about that strategy, breakout strategy. And then I have this other thing I haven't yet to release, which is it's inside out. And you guys will have access to that too. But it's just, there's so many things being released. Again, expert, you can't be an expert if we try to learn 25 things at the same time. So for that reason, baby steps, but it's really simple. I mean, I could break it down in 5 minutes or less. It's the original was 50, 53 and 9. Okay. The 50 EMA, 3 and 9 EMAs. MACD set to faster settings. Okay. ADX because I like it and it worked really good. You can use RSI or something else if you want. You're waiting for a couple of conditions and considerations to be met and you take the trade. You're waiting for a couple of conditions and considerations to be met and you take the trade. You manage pretty tight. You go for a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, take 1 to 3 trades a day and you're done. Whatever time frame is fine. Try to avoid the chop. So like if you're in a session that looks like this, where there's a lot of just, if you can draw a box around price perfectly straight, wrong tool. Twice wrong tool. Look at me. If you can draw a box around price, it's consolidation. So we don't want to trade that market. Okay. You have retests and everything you need to know, but very, very, very simple. Oh, we will go over it. It's still my bread and butter. 100%. It's getting tight here though. ES is still kind of respecting that range. It's just hasn't done anywhere yet. So 15-minute range. We're still respecting this area. It's just not yet quite moving. Same thing on NQ, but we're lower on NQ. YM is smooth. I knew YM was going to be smooth today because of how smooth it moved last night. It just moved smooth. So smooth last night. And gold finally made its move to the downside. Took out pre-market lows, hit the one. So this is a great example. The 15-minute came perfect. This is going to be my next target if I'm still holding. And we wait. Gold was a perfect 15-minute breakout this morning. YM, good 15-minute potential breakout coming right now. Easy target. It is happening right now as we speak. So if you're looking for your last trade on the day, this would be it because you already missed gold. Long here. I'd be targeting at least into here, but there's a ton of imbalance all the way up into this window. So this is the close yesterday. That's where I'd be letting it go, giving it the whole range, and of course 50% of the range. YM. That's a good trade. And now ES is pushing down again. So hold off on this. So nothing here. 7 minutes until that candle closes. Still nothing. Needed to break and close below and then take this. ES is dropping. Dropping. We are going to close below that. Bet. We're definitely going to close. Boom. Out. It's not given any kind of a direction. No direction. That's it. We got these two trades. This can't look for the buys anymore. We've got a nice break to this little trend line that we were looking for. You can't buy this again. YM, if it closes above that 15, we can buy. Gold, we missed. We just chop. We're too much in the 15-minute range now. We're just too sitting much in there. Sitting. But now's a good time to take a couple of questions, comments, all the things in between. You should have made money somewhere in this. If you did, please make sure you go post it on the Futrix community page on YouTube or 6FTC community page on YouTube. Just a great way to build up the energy, build up the people. I know there's quite a few cool things being released. Again, holiday weekend. It's holding up at the bottom of the range now. Holiday weekend, and other than that, make sure you guys are learning the rules of the prop firms that you guys are choosing, because it doesn't matter how this plays out at the end of the day, you have to know the rules. I know people who are like, cool, I requested my payout, got denied because of this, right? Hey, I passed my challenge. Actually, you didn't because of this. It's not as cut and dry to learn as we like to think it is. It's kind of hard. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it and profitable at it. So plan on that. Plan on taking it super slow and go from there. So that is all. Go ahead, come on up.
Hey, good morning, Miss Jenny.
Good morning.
I have one question. I'm sorry, it's too loud.
No, there's two. Is there one of you or two of you?
Okay, hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear one of you now. That's awesome.
Okay, I had something wrong in my settings. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Miss Jenny, I wanted to talk about the hold on, I wrote my question down here. The market symbols over to the right margin where you're right here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
How do you get those to show up like yours is? Because I'm setting up my Tradingview platform for the indicator, and I'm not seeing those over there. It's something I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so you see this button, these buttons over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Says, if you click on this, you can create or pull out a watch list.
Okay.
So you likely don't have anything, or you have some things that they have selected right now. If
Right.
I go here and type in an instrument name, it's going to pull it up on the chart. But if I go here and type in an instrument name, I can add. So this is GBP USD. I'm going to take it off here in a second, but I can add it. You can see it very faintly came up right here.
Okay.
And I'll delete that in a second, but this is where you would go. Make sure that when you're doing so, especially if you're trying to trade futures, you go to the actual futures contracts, because the contracts are different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ms. Jenny, isn't that predicated if you have data through third party or through Tradingview first?
So you guys can see right now, I'm not logged into anything. So Tradovate kicked me off. Okay. So I don't know why. I think it's because whatever's happening with Ninja this morning. As you guys see, I'm not currently logged into anything and I'm connected real time. You guys all do see that, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm not in paper trading, Tradovate, or AMP. I'm nowhere in all of this right now. So it's not predicated. Some of you guys are going to have this. Oh, but wait, there's other factors. I know there's just so many factors here, but some of you guys don't have like a membership with Tradingview. You likely need that. I've got the premium one, like whatever the most expensive one that's not professional is, that keep trying to switch me to professional, but they keep trying not to because I don't want to spend 500 bucks a month. I don't want to give them that much money. It's stupid for the same service. That's stupid.
Got that right.
You know how it goes though. They're like, "Oh no, you qualify as this." No, I don't. Listen, you don't get to decide. I'm just a human. Don't put me in that. But anyways, okay, so you guys should have this. And if you want to share your screen, like I'll hang out with you guys for a little while and we'll get to the bottom of whatever you're going through. If I log into paper trading real quick, you guys can see I'm I'm getting data. And it likely is because of my premium membership, or it's because I've logged into an active account at some point today. Okay. I don't know what their parameters are for allowing me the data while I'm not logged in.
That's what I was ready to mention. I think because you already have the data that stays there.
I think it'll probably stay there for the day or something, or however long, I don't know, maybe 7 days.
Oh, okay, thank you, Miss Jenny. I got it. I've been working on it since you've been talking, so I'm gonna work on it because
Go
I'm
ahead.
new on TradingView and with the futures. But since I've been watching the tutorials in Futrix website over and over, everything is clear now. So thank you
What,
for putting that on there. I understand it now. So,
Oh no, I'm
but
so glad.
that was the only question I had.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad that, listen, I'm super grateful that those are helping. That's the whole idea. So I'm glad that you watch them. A lot of
Yes,
people don't.
yes, it's working wonderfully. So thank you.
so,
You
ma'am, can I ask you, do you have paid data or are you just using Traderview data? That's because if
I
not, I want to share my screen. Maybe you can
Yeah, so
share.
wait, I have a question to you. Have you logged into any Tradovate, AMP, or paper trading account today?
Are you talking to me or the young lady?
I'm talking to you, Wade.
No, ma'am. I haven't set any of those accounts up. I'm just using paper trading via trading.
Okay, and does yours say delayed on paper trading?
No, it's just when I click on futures, because I was along with you, I was just trying to trade NAS via the using the indicator. You know, that's the only thing I could use was the indices, but it's not through futures. So no, I don't have anything showing up when I click on futures. It says nothing.
So if I go here and I go to all, I can type in NQ, right? If I go to funds, I can type in NQ. If I go to Forex, I can type in NAS. So you're saying when you do this from that plus sign, nothing is coming up?
I'm gonna try that now. I got it set on all, and right now, like I said, I'm gonna say type in NQ, right?
Okay.
NQ.
And Coach Jenny, after you finish with him, I just have a question not dealing with that. I know you did it in the beginning, but I just wanted to see because I'm trying to back test it. What typically, I know you was looking at the high and lows, but I was confused as if you was looking at the previous day when you go into the charts. Like, what do you typically look for? So if you can answer that after you finish with the gentleman, thank you.
I know,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it did come up. It did come up, Jenny. So how do and I can save it. I know how to do that. I
So,
make a playlist for futures, correct?
yep. So this button over here is my TradingView watch list. Okay. So once I'm over here, you'll notice I've got a couple different watch lists, right? I've got some cryptos that I like, right? Now those are all green today. That's a nice change of pace. Um, I've got long-term holds. These are things that, oh, see, not as much green. Look at that. So some different things that I invested long-term. Okay. Right. I've got my watch list. This is an old one from the Forex pairs, right? So I can come up here, go back to futures trading. Okay. These are ones I'm actively trading. So first things first, save a watch list. Okay. So if I click on that little drop down menu, I can go to create a new list. So make sure you create a list. Okay. We're losing the support, guys. We're losing all of it. From there, okay, so now I've got it. I've got it saved. I can go to this plus sign. If I search the symbol from anywhere else, it's not going to add it to this list. So I've got to go to this plus symbol. Okay. And that's where I'm going to look up, and it has to be futures. It can't be like an indice. It's not the same contract. Okay. It can't pick SPX for my ES. It's not the same contract. I've got to go to futures. And from here, if I just click on this, it will add it to my chart. Okay. Let me try to pick one that we don't have, the Nifty. So right, as you can see, the Nifty is not currently over here, but if I click on it, it will add there. I can also do the plus symbol and it will add there. So now it's saved in my watch list.
Yeah, I've got Nifty, I've got Bitcoins, I've got MGC. Thank you, Miss Jenny. Now I can have some fun doing paper trading, and then I'll move to the next step of actually, you know what, maybe one day, or and I know you, when I say recommend, when you talk about we all adults so we can make our own decision based upon the information you share, but I just don't know anything about what platforms I should use with futures at all. So when you educate us, you know, we can again, or I can make a decision based upon just the information that you, and you're honest with your pros and cons.
I'm always very honest. And there's a lot of pros and cons, guys. Okay,
Yes.
wait. Well, two things, and then we'll answer the other gentleman's question. So you don't have a D next to your stuff, right? So you are in paper trading and you don't have a D, and now you know how to get a watch list, correct?
I do have a watch. So are you saying Dean or D? What's that?
You see this like D right here? This D?
Let me get my glasses. A, a D. Let me see. Let me move this over here. Let me move it. I see D's on some of them, like a D on MYM6E1. Yeah, I see a lot of D's. Is that good or bad?
That's bad. Okay. You see a lot of D's like this. You see that how when I hover my mouse over it, it says
Yes.
this data is delayed. That's something we should probably talk about too. If I go here and I hit the plus symbol and I'm on futures, I can't just pick NQ. There's more to it than that. Every one of these futures contracts changes once a quarter and they all have their own little way of doing things, okay? So March, June, September, December, these are all different. So like if you're on NQH, the March one, I don't know which one we're on right now. Are we on H? MNQM. MNQM. So we're definitely on that one. We're on this one.
Miss Jenny,
Cool.
we're on June.
We're on the June contract. So if you have
Yeah.
this one up, you're going to have bad data. And I'll show
You're on
you
the
the
wrong
difference.
year, Jenny.
What is it?
You're on the wrong year. You need to go up to
And 25.
June of 25.
This is December 25. Oh, thank you. December 25 is too far.
Next one up.
June 25. Oh, because at least on here they delete. On other platforms, it doesn't necessarily delete. Okay, so if I put on, I just want to show you what it looks like. If I go to this contract that's not yet out, I'm going to go to the September one so you can see the difference. This is NQU, for example. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my chart, NQU. Okay, we're selling again. We're selling again to hit those targets. This is NQ. Cool. So we know what the price action looks like, right? This is NQ for September. Do you see the difference?
Okay. So you basically want to get present data, or you want to get future data? Is that what you're saying?
We need to be the one that's most active, so sometimes that does vary. We need to be on the one that's most active at the time.
And how would you know that after you click on it?
Yeah, when you click on it, you'll know you're on the wrong one. You'll see this, okay? You'll see something that looks like this, and you'll know, oh, that's not going to work.
Well, I mean, what are you looking at when you say you'll see what? I see the indicator, but what are you saying you see?
Did you see the price action? I already deleted it. Let me do it again. Hold on.
Oh, so
Okay.
you'll see movement on the price action.
No, here. So September, I'm going to click that, add that back to the chart. So
Okay.
you'll know sometimes they change a little bit early, sometimes they're getting a little bit behind. So like, for example, we're trading June's and we're in April right now, right? So we're trading on the most recent, the most closed future date. So in this case, it's the June contract, right? But there's always that transition period too. So watch the difference. Look at the candlesticks on the chart. This is NQ. This is the September contract. Oh, well, now I can't help you. Try that one more time. NQ 2026, NQ, this one. Okay, I was on the wrong year again. Well, here we go. Do you see what this looks like? Do you see the candles?
Yes, I see the price action.
There's not enough data here. So look at this one compared to this one. So if you're getting stuff that if you're starting to see a lot more of this, you know you probably need to switch your contract or start looking. Okay. It's every quarter.
Looks funky, that's basically.
Yeah, there you go. Looks funky. Very, very high-tech explanation there. High tech.
Yeah, when it's really gappy like that, that means that it's very thinly traded. There aren't too many traders trading that contract yet.
Okay, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So basically you have to toy around with the different dates. Is that what you do? Or
Well, generally it's going to be the most current one. And if you, as you get close to the expiration, which is the third Friday, I think, of June, then people will start to switch over. So you just have to kind of keep an eye on it and don't expect the prices to be the same as you move from one contract to the next. Each contract is traded completely separately. So there are a bunch of traders trading on the June contract right now, but you'll find that the price on the next contract is different pricing.
okay, so that's why it's called futures.
Right. Well, remember, it was designed to help people buying commodities settle on a price before the season. This is so that, farmers who are growing corn this season or planning to grow corn next season can make the purchases that they need and know that they're going to get a certain price because people have bought their contract.
Oh, okay. See, and you
And
know what, sir? What's your name? I'm sorry.
I'm Scott.
Scott. I really appreciate that because I've just those called futures because they want to call it futures like they call options. I'm just signifying a name for it, but I had no, and I know it probably sound
Well,
idiotic, but I had no idea why. But now that makes sense
Well, the
because
idea is that, both producers of materials and consumers of material can settle on a price. This way, Kellogg's can buy futures for the grains that they're using in their cereals and know what price they're paying so they can do their forward guidance.
okay.
Otherwise, if you've got a thin harvest next season, prices could be spiking. And the farmer who has sold his futures contract at a certain level has to sell at the price that he contracted for. And the producer, or I mean, the consumer of that, like Kellogg's, needs to pay whatever the price was that he settled on. But they both kind of win because they can count on their pricing.
So that's pretty much what you're saying. And correct me if I'm wrong, they're pretty much locked in where they can kind of budget themselves a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's a contract. So
Okay.
if you are buying and selling commodities contracts, if you hold that to expiration, you could find yourself owing somebody a whole bunch of corn, or you could have it all be delivered to you.
Delivered to the
You have
house.
to take physical delivery. Now, the
Really?
indices are different. That's a
Okay.
financial instrument, and it's used so that companies who are counting on things can, hedge other things that they've got going on. Like if you have a large company that's part of the S&P, you can hedge what's going on with your stocks by futures.
Okay.
And so
All right.
those are the people that are moving the market.
Exactly. Scott, thank you for that education, man. I feel like I've got an aha moment that I had no idea what I was doing. I just
Well,
jumped.
anyway, that's why the different contracts are different. Okay,
Right.
so they're in line with different amounts of time. So what you're trying to do is bet what the price is going to be at the end of December.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Scott, for that insight there. Miss Jenny, I was trying to set my charts up like yours, where you got like the area grade with the 50%. When you talk with the other guy, can you come back to this? Let's see you doing something now with it.
Absolutely. I'm selling ES. It's because we haven't hit this gap fill yet.
Jenny say I'm still making money.
Yep. Yeah. I'm compartmentalizing a little bit. So I'm only allowing myself like 3 entries total in a session, and I'm not allowing myself to be present for every session either. Like that's gotta stop. It's as fun as it is, it's a problem. But back to his question, he's talking about highs and lows that I mark up, right? Just to confirm what that question was.
Yeah, like typically when you're coming to a chart, whether it's Asian or Sydney or this, what are you looking for before you take a trade?
Okay, so first off, I'll say I want at the end of the day for it to be what your eye see best, 100%. That is my goal. And the biggest reason why is I want you to be able to duplicate this. I want you to come and hang out with me for the next couple of years. But beyond that, I want you to be able to do this no matter what, with or without me, right? So having said that, there's a lot of people and theories that, quote a lot of different quote times of the day that have a value. So for example, with the time, the place New York opens and the place New York closes is a very high targeted area. Okay. The people treat it with importance. And if it's important to somebody, it's what we call a psychological level. So those are areas we look at. A lot of ICT traders look at, what is it, midnight open? I don't know a lot about that, but we know it's a psychological level because a lot of people are looking at it. So therefore it gives it a value. On that same concept, and then this is going to get very convoluted, but it's a lot of information intentionally, so you can decide which one is going to work best for you. Z, is that your name? Z, I don't know.
Yes.
How to say it. Okay. Z is, there's a lot of them. So now we've got what? We've got Asian high, Asian low, London high, London low, pre-market high, pre-market low. Okay. New York high, New York low. Those are all significant areas. Okay. Beyond that, one more thing just to make it a little bit more messy for your brain. You got quarter points, pivot points, and Fibonacci, okay? Woo, I got all those levels out. I said all that to say, for the most part, when I'm coming to the chart, I want to know, and I'll go to a pair we don't have something on. Let's go to gold. YM, okay? Sorry, I'm allergic to something. I'm allergic to BS, I think. So here's where we're at, okay? Nothing here, okay? Boom, we're tanking, you guys. It is beautiful, but tanking nonetheless. So, hold on, let me move this out the way real quick. Cool. Here's what we're looking for. When I come to my chart, I want to be able to go to the 30-minute, 1 hour even. Okay. I want to know what the market is doing overall, big picture stuff. I want to know where any of those key levels are. So this dotted line is where we closed yesterday, okay? I want to see the high of Wednesday between 9:30 and 4:30 p.m. No, that's not Jenny's definition. That definition already existed without us, okay? So it is a very important level, not because I say so, but other traders are looking at it, right? That's New York high yesterday between 9:30, the highest point on the chart between 9:30 and 4:30. And you can see that by the grayed out spot on my screen. The lowest point on the chart between that time is here. So that's the high and the low of yesterday. You can make this as convoluted and as messy or as many key levels as you want. Otherwise, we're going to have like line, 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 and we're not going to see the charts. But I'm just looking at yesterday's high and low and then pre-market high and low. So pre-market meaning what has happened. I think I'd want a better definition of this, but what has happened in pre-market, which is between 4 and 9:30 a.m., okay? And depending on who you ask, actually, it's a little bit earlier. It's between 4 and 8 a.m. even. Cool. You're taking the high and the low of that area too. And what I'm looking to see happen is I'm looking for price to break these levels, okay? If we break and close above, so break and retest, I'm going to buy up. If we reject off of, I want to buy up, right? If we start coming up and we start to reject, I know that's a significant area. I want to sell down. I can take a little scalp to the downside, right? But these levels help me know where price is going on the day. They help me know key areas for stopping points and or targets. They're just, that's how I use them in general. So if I turn back on my indicators now, this is on the hourly chart, and go down a time frame. Right now, I know that since market opened, we haven't really done anything on YM because it always looks like there's a lot happening, and we all make it seem like, oh my gosh, whoa. But truthfully, since markets opened on YM, we haven't really done much on YM yet. It looked like we could buy, it looked like we could sell. This is the 2 minute. When you're on that smaller time frame, it gets really easy to get really excited and say, well, we must buy, we must sell. In this range, I was like, okay, cool, we continue, we finished, we want to buy. We did not continue. But this helps us see where that is. So now I know if we break below this at close and retest, I mean, not wick, but close and retest, I know I'm looking for my next targets to the downside. If we're starting to buy up, like let's say that this was a perfect trade like we saw on gold, for example, I want to see us close, okay, retest and to buy in. I know I'm going to be targeting here for my measured moves here. If we manage to break above retest and close, I'm looking to keep buying up. And seeing how this is a huge liquidity void, there's a lot of space in between here. So I'm going to be targeting, what is this level? This is yesterday's close. So I want to target here. If we break above and stay above, I'm going to keep doing it. Does that help or make sense a little? Who cut that drop on gold?
Yeah, thank you.
Can't win them all. Whoever caught this, good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. That's a lot of points, you guys. A ton of points.
So
I did not.
Jenny, can you assist me with my setup for the training view?
Yes, how
Legit.
can
Legit.
Yes, sir.
I got a question too. Can you show me what activate that paper trade if you don't mind?
I think we got to go one at a time, gentlemen.
Okay.
It's okay. Like I think we have to. So there was one. Wade will put you after iPhone. So Kevin.
Well, you gonna first go out.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna mute all. Okay. And have y'all raise your hands. I don't typically do that, but in a busy class, I think it's the best way to honor everybody on board. So here we go. First person first was iPhone Kevin 7. And then raise your hand if you've got a question and we'll come and I'll help you, or you'll share your screen and we'll do all the things.
Hello?
Yep, Kevin, come on up.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to see about the paper trade.
So you want to set up a paper trade account?
Yeah, I was trying to see how you get to it.
Okay. So ready? I'm going to minimize this. If you're on Tradingview, we have a video that shows you what to do to get to the super charts.
Okay.
Once you're here on the bottom panel, really tiny, you're going to see this panel that says trading panel. Okay. You can click on that. Got it. Or I can even click on this arrow to open the panel. Either one will do. I might see some other things because there's other tabs down here, but trading panel is the one we need to be on. Okay. So in order to log into my prop firm, I'm likely going to be logging in through Tradovate. If I bought an app account, I'm going to be logging in through here. I know somebody yesterday, Jonathan mentioned Webull. All these options are available to you, but we're going to log in through trading, paper trading. It's probably going to make you connect or go to somewhere else. So mine is already built, so I don't have to do any of that stuff. But all you're going to do is click on paper trading and then you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome.
All right.
Okay, next is Sonia. Sonia, come on out. Hey, Sonia.
Can you hear me?
Vaguely, a little bit.
Let's see if I can turn you up. Is that any better?
I'm sorry, can you say again?
I said, is that any better? Can you hear me?
You have a very pretty voice, but I can't hear it.
Oh,
It sounds like you're underwater, like maybe come a little closer to the microphone.
I don't know where that is actually. Is that any better?
Oh, that is a little better. Okay. What is your question? How can I help you?
Well, you was helping somebody just a moment ago doing the watch list. Now, I'd already gone on and I did that, but I hadn't realised about the different contracts and the dates, etc. So I understand what you're saying. The problem I have is I've gone in to create a new watch list.
So, Pete,
Okay, I've muted everybody but you, so go ahead.
Gone in to create a new watch list, but unlike what happened on yours, which was when you pressed, let's say, NQ, you were able to press something and it gave you those additional dates. When I press NQ, it's giving me one option and that then has the D next to it. So I'm not sure why I'm not getting the other additional options to choose the one that's most appropriate for the date.
Okay, so I'm going to click on this again. I'm going to go to futures. If I click on NQ, so there's a little baby arrow here, but I'm going to click on it. Click on the baby arrow, and then all this stuff comes up. You're telling me you don't have any of those options?
I didn't see the baby arrow. I was watching you do it, but I missed where you clicked. Plus, right, NQ. I can see the baby arrow. That's it. Sorry, I missed it, but now I have it.
No, it's okay. That's what we're here for. I'm happy to help.
But so thank you for that part. But what was you saying about the D? Because my watch list before, which I'd already named, every single one of them had D. So that means I haven't got something.
It means you're not logged into data. So are you logged into paper trading, Tradovate, AMP, or anything down here on the brokers tab?
I thought, because I have my green little circle, I thought I'd logged into paper trading.
Okay.
That's
So
all.
remember, paper trading doesn't give you access to everything. Paper trading gives you access to some things. Like I can't say, but some of the paper trading accounts that I've had, I don't think they stay very long, but they don't even give me access to like the micros, for example. So that could just be the paper trading account you're having right now. And that's nothing that we can have help with because that's the broker.
Right. So what would be my workaround? I can only practice on the ones that don't have a D. I mean, the ones that it
A
gives me.
workaround, and I told this, I actually got a beautiful, lovely call from a collaborative friend of a friend yesterday. And I told her the same thing. She's a beautiful spirit. It was so lovely to talk to her. Doesn't know a lot about trading, definitely nothing about Tradingview. And I said, look, if you were my best friend and you don't know anything, this stuff is stressful. It's hard. It's exciting, especially like when you're 20 and you're like, oh my gosh, I just made 5 grand. My life has changed forever. Woohoo. I know this all. But if you were my best friend, if you were my son, my daughter, anybody I cared about, I would tell you the same thing. Please consider getting an Apex account. It is $33. I'm not saying the goal is just to pass it and get a payout. I'm saying coming from somebody who has the money, it's very expensive to make all the mistakes and to pay all the fees to all the places, and you don't know what you're doing. The cheapest way, in my opinion, to get access to a lot of the things we need access to is to get a prop firm. And at least ready, even if all you do is break it every single month and it costs you $33, okay? you have access to data, you have a broker to play with, you have access to rules, you have access to training, you have access to all kinds of things that you literally can't get access to elsewhere. So even on my live AMP account, they charge me X amount per month. They charge me CME data, and it only works on their platforms. I can't even get it on other platforms. So I ended up having to buy a different set, which charges me $29 a month. And again, I know it's just $29 a month, but 29 plus 39 plus 59 plus 89 plus 79 plus it adds up. I promise you, pick one or two strategies. Okay, we call those a playbook, right? Those are your trading models. Pick one or two mentors or kind of systems or communities to follow. Honest to God, that's the number one thing I did wrong when I first started trading in the other industries. Cool. Get one platform like an Apex account. It's cheap. I honestly like Take Profit Trader way better. I like Blue Guardian better. But if you're trying to learn on TradingView, I think Blue Guardian's not the winner there. Blue Guardian's $50 because it's buy one, get one free, and there's no activation fee. So it's way cheaper even than Apex when you're actually looking at the past accounts. But that $33 just gives you access to the ability to come in and have a lot of the little things you guys are struggling with. That's why you're struggling, is because that's a $33 solution. Derek in the chat said $7 CME package for TradingView data plan. There you go. Oh, we had it up the other day, but I don't think I have it up right now. But
Also, Jenny, good morning, by the way. For the Apex, I'm agreeing with everything that you said with the Apex. One of the good things with them as a firm is that once you do get the setup and establish there, they do have a lot of resources and videos that show you how to do the setup and everything. Obviously, it will be more biased towards, the prop firm and setting up. You're setting up whether you're using Rhythmic, Tradovate, or whatever through them. But there's plenty of videos just of knowledge and everything to get a lot of traders that are trying to get adapted to the futures market, get your feet wet, get you running, and gain that confidence. Because guys, it's gonna take some time. Like especially if you're coming from an FX world or if you're just new in general, it seems like a lot. And I understand the eagerness to want to get everything right away, but you're gonna have to learn how to maneuver through things, figure things out. You're not gonna get it. Sometimes you're still gonna have to, use the resources, which is what this class is for, to try and figure out wherever you're having problems with the platform and just your trading. But the good thing is that when you do what Jenny's recommending and go with these prop firms, it's a cheaper way to make your mistakes through this transition because you are going to make mistakes. So therefore, you're not losing real money or capital. And if you do lose anything, then it's just the $30 or whatever the smallest entry point is that you get through these. But just as far as for getting your feet wet, I 100% agree with, and I think you guys should take the advice that Jenny's given and just start out with the prop firms. It doesn't have to be your be all end all, but just a stepping stone, and then eventually you can transition to whatever is going to work for you long term.
that 100%, because yes, guys, it's $7 or whatever this is, or $9, whatever. But then there's other problems that you guys are going to run into. You don't have access to this platform. You don't have access to this copy thing. You don't have access to these pairs on the paper trading. So this $7 solves some, and then this $8 solves some, and the $20 solves some. But the cheapest way, and this is coming from the girl who got it wrong, so you can maybe get it righter, right? The cheapest way to get access to all that is just one. You don't have to go buy 20. I was dumb. I bought a lot of 20s. I didn't do it at first, did it a little later. Okay, just saying. But one account, $33, only trade micros, no minis, and just let that be your stomping ground for 90 days and get familiar. I promise you. Use code 6FTC if you're buying them. Once I get like 100 clients on there, they'll give me accounts for free to give away. And right now I give away at least one 50K prop firm every single week on my YouTube. But I pay for it. I pay for it with my own PayPal and cash. So once I build up enough, I'll be able to give away, prop firms a lot more of them basically. So that's the goal. If you buy a challenge with any of those brokers, don't forget, use 6FTC. But anyways, that is my advice on that. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm telling you that just because I got it wrong. I was like, I'll buy this and I'll buy that and I'll do this. And then you realize, hey, I could have done better if I had just went a little slower. That code is 6FTC, so six figure trading coach. It works on Take Profit Trader, Blue Guardian, and Apex. It will always give you the best discount. So even if you hear somebody talking about 80% off, 90% off, or buy one, get one free, 6FTC will always give you the best available discount at the time, 100% of the time.
No, I will definitely do that. I appreciate that, and like you said, that's why we're here, to circumvent some of the mistakes and boost us to where we need to be. So I definitely will be doing that. But thank you. But I have a question.
Okay.
You know, I can't. I tried to click on it whilst we was talking, but I can't remember. Do you know when you? So I know how to get on paper trading, but there's something that you click to show me the names, like the advocate or whatever, at the bottom. And so what I'm asking is, Apex already one of those squares that you can find at the bottom?
These squares. Oh, let me go to log out. Okay, so no, Apex is not one of these squares because in order to get from Apex to these squares, it's actually a Tradovate connection. So when you sign up with Apex, they'll give you a Tradovate login. And with that Tradovate login, you come down here and you log in, and that's how you get in.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, I have to do like a separate Google search for Apex in the first place and then sign up with them.
No, so you can get the link to Apex. It's in the link tree. I will drop it. Hold on, give me a second. I will get it. I'll drop it in the chat. I think the link will come through in theory, always in theory, but hold on. I'm gonna copy link. Copy link. I'm going to close this, apply it here. That has the link to every one of the 3 prop firms that I really work with for the most part. Let's see. Oh, not too bad. So that's in there. You'll see Apex, you'll see Take Profit Trader, and you'll see Blue Guardian. And you can use the code 6FTC on any of those. You'll get the best discount. I don't love Apex the best. I just think they're the cheapest for learning. If once you prove that you can accomplish some of this, Take Profit Trader, if you're really looking for the payout, is way better. Blue Guardian is way better for the payout. But if you're not there yet, there's no sense in being over there at Take Profit Trader because it is more expensive. It's actually a little less expensive without the activation fee, but that's a whole nother topic. Not, I don't think it's important right now. Not right now, anyways. Later date.
And I don't want to hog it all, but so Apex is a oh,
It's a prop firm.
that's the word I was looking for. Okay, perfect.
So once you go to apex.com, so here, once you go to, it's not apex.com, I think it's Apex Funding. There it is. So once you go to Apex Funding, okay, bear with me here. So I would go to, you'll have to create an account or sign up. Go to products, go to Tradovate, go down. You can do the 25K if you want. It's a little cheaper, but I don't think it's worth it because of the drawdown amount. A 50K account or even a 300K account. I think the difference is like $20 to give you an idea. It's not very expensive. This just gives you more room. I'm being to practice 30 to 50 bucks a month it's very inexpensive considering you get all the what do you call it? Contracts, the data, you get literally everything you need and just you're not even trying to pass it, you're just trying to learn. So either of these 2 are the ones that I would be choosing, but I'm going to click on the 50K account just so you can see what that looks like.
Jenny, is that unlimited or do they give you 30 days to use?
They rebill every 30 days. You either pass or you blow. So like if you're on day 29 and you're not where you need to be, then just it's fine. So if you're day 29, you may as well just grow it or blow it that day and let them reset the balance. But either way, you fill out all your information. In my case, I would just log in, right? So I'm going to scroll down, fill all that out. Okay. You type in the coupon code. It's still going to show the actual price. It won't update that price until you get to the next page. You have quite a few things to click yes to agree to. Keep going. Agree, and agree. One more, I think. Oh, 2 more. Agree and agree. And then you hit next. Okay. From there, it'll give you the updated price and it'll type in your credit card information. You'll have an account that will rebill you every 30 days in general. I think right now they're 80% off. Every now and then they do have a slightly better discount, but it's not dollar for dollar usually better because the activation fee is higher on that account. So you live and you learn, right?
Hey, Jenny, can you show where we put your, I want to make sure you get credit. Can you show me where you put your code in again, please? I know you went through it.
Coupon code. So 6FTC right there. 6 FTC. And
Right.
the price won't update on this first page. I got messages about that too. So the price won't update here. It won't update until you agree to all this stuff and then get to the next page.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you. And that's it, guys. This is very hard to get payouts with. Like, so again, I'm not teaching this as this is a great way to be in terms of futures and trading. I think ultimately at the end of the day, the goal should be on your own money anyways. 100% of the time, that is my 100% who I am. I've been that way for the beginning of my trading journey, and I will remain that way for many, many years to come. But I think because futures has such a high watermark to come and trade and play, this is not a bad way to be in terms of taking the time and the patience to learn the skill. I do like Take Profit Trader. I was surprised. You have an account for 5-6 days and you can get a $2,000-3,000 payout with them. I was very surprised. Topstep, very surprised. Blue Guardian.
Oh, Jenny, Tradovate is Apex. I thought they were two different prop firms, so that is the
No.
same.
Tradovate is the platform that you're trading on from Apex, the broker.
Okay, okay.
So you know how like MT4 is the platform, that Plexy is the broker?
Got you. I understand. Thank
Okay,
you.
so yeah, no problem. We're learning together. Okay, next hand, prop firm casino. Hey, Alex, I've done that. I won't do it anymore. I won't do it anymore. But I did
Can
do.
I
Come on up,
hi,
Miss
Jen.
Tanya, or Chris. I believe that's Crypto Sissy. How you doing?
Hi. Very well, thank you. You?
Fantastic. I'm happy it's Thursday. We're gonna fish tomorrow. I still have the Easter Bunny stuff, but other than that, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Bravo. I haven't downloaded the indicator yet. I took the through you the Take Profit Traders 50K
Account.
simulated
Okay.
account. Yes. How in Tradovate I can download the indicator or have to log on to TradingView?
So if you're trading on Tradovate, I highly recommend that. And I don't think that a lot of people on this call are ready to talk about that yet. But Tradovate is a much more seamless platform to trade on. But yes, that does mean you're going to need two charts open or like two screens. I'll have my trading view window open here, and to the next to that, I'll have my Tradovate open. It's just very, very simple to do. It's not hard. But the
I
problem
have to
with
log
logging
on
in
to
on here is if you log out or you get kicked around, it's kind of a problem. So we want to be careful if possible.
So you
the
said
trading.
basically you need two monitors?
Yeah, for the first time, for those y'all know me a long time, I swore I was never going to be the girl that had a bunch of monitors, and then I started futures, and now I have 3. So just no way around it, guys.
It's needed. It's needed. I have to download it on TradingView, the indicator, and have
Yeah,
the two, the Tradovate and TradingView at the same time. Okay.
yeah,
Can I have
or
a
you
paper
can.
account
I'm
on
sorry. Go ahead.
Tradovate?
Finish your
A
question.
paper trade account on Tradovate.
You can
Can I?
technically log in to Tradovate on TradingView and trade directly on TradingView. You can do that.
Okay. We don't have a delay on data in TradingView.
No, there's no delay, but the fills are definitely slower on TradingView versus Tradovate.
Some of these markets move so fast, it's important not to have the delay.
You're talking like the market wasn't always like this. I mean, a few months ago, it was a very different, ball game to be playing it. But for example, if I take this trade and I'm 5 seconds late, 5 seconds can be a $300 difference. And I'm not even talking NQ, I'm talking ES, a $300 difference to give you an idea. So if there's a 5 second delay from when you buy or sell, you could be up or down. And sometimes it is up, but the law of, what is it? I can't think of the word. But
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, that's another good one, says you're probably going to be down, not up. So you can definitely, for the sake of learning, by all means, start with the indicator, log into Tradovate on your trading view. I would encourage you to have Tradovate up off screen just to learn and to see the price action. But you can do it with two smaller, like if this is your one screen, let me get out my annotate real quick. Annotate. Here we go. You can just like have one window up over here, and this can be Tradovate, and this one can be Tradingview. And then you have two screens up and maybe a small little Zoom window for our cool meeting. You can do this all kinds of different ways, but
How can I find the Tradovate in TradingView? Just go
once
to
you're on the super charts, okay, once you're on the super charts, you're going to, let me clear drawings and close that. You're going to click on this arrow down here or this word that says trading panel. And from there, you're going to click on this. So once you get your Tradovate login information from you already have it from Take Profit Trader, you'll click on this and it'll let you log in with your Apex or with your, I have other logins, so I can log in with my Tradovate, my whichever account I want. And then
when you have the Tradovate on the TradingView, do you have a delay? When you
not by the word definition delay, no. So there's no delay in data, but the price action is a little bit slower for sure.
What can we do about that? We have to pay.
No,
you.
What you can do about that is trade on Tradovate.
We see the indicator on the TradingView and we trade on Tradovate. Can a paper stimulated a paper account to exercise in Tradovate?
The paper trading account with Tradovate doesn't last for very long, if that's your question. So your best shot is just to get a cheap account from like Apex or one of those firms, and that's where you practice with.
Okay, because I don't want to exercise, take trade.
You probably won't blow the account if you just practice on a single micro, 1 to 3 trades a day. Unless you mismanage or there's ghost orders, you're not going to blow your 50K account with 1 micro just learning the process. You're going to blow it though if you have like 5 micros on 5 micros. So you should be good to go. But next question, among your suggested brokers, which is better when it comes to payout? Honestly, 100% Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader, Blue Guardian, and then Topstep was pretty simple. But I'm not in love with Topstep as much because they started that they messed me up, I think, a lot with the whole you only get 5 payouts, has to be 50%. And then my psychology changed. And that was 100% me. Like, so I've gotten paid, I think, from Take Profit Trader now I've gotten paid more, but originally it was Topstep that I got paid the most. And I was nowhere near like their leaderboards are very good by any means. I was barely just learning. But I think some of the ways that some of these brokers do things make it tricky on the psychology. And for that reason, I'm like, okay, cool. What can we do to stay out of the tricky part if possible? Like that's all I want to do is stay out of the psychological mind numbing part. Take Profit Trader is very easy. Blue Guardian, very easy. And Top Step is pretty easy, but their cost to get paid is too high. So it's like $200. Plus they changed the rules. So I don't really talk about them as much. So Apex is very hard with the trailing drawdown rules. It's just harder. It's much harder to accomplish your goal there, but it's a good practice place.
So Jenny, if you were not teaching this class and dealing with people that need to trade prop firms, would you be trading a prop firm or would you be trading a personal account?
If I was not dealing with this class and knowing that everyone needs a smaller entry point, I probably would not be talking about prop firms. That's correct.
Yeah.
100%.
I wanted you to say it out loud.
Yeah. Well, guys, on my AMP, I was able to grow my $1,000, $2,000 starting account to like 5,000, 10,000, and 5,000. So in a total, I mean, with all the ups and downs and fees that I got charged in the process, I made more than 10,000 on a $2,000, so after the 2,000, I'm still leaving that in there. I made more than 10,000 practicing this same skill set on AMP with a pretty small investment amount. But
And the other thing is once you open up an account with AMP, if you do it with an MT5 account, which is, I assume is how you're trading your AMP account with MT5.
No, I was practicing TradingView on it.
Oh, you're using TradingView. Got it.
Yeah.
But with an MT5 account, you can set up a demo yourself. You could probably do it with TradingView too through AMP. You get your data. No?
AMP won't let you log into TradingView on the demo. Trust me, I tried.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
AMP abbreviation for Apex? That when y'all say
no.
No,
AMP,
it's a different broker.
yeah, AMP is a live account. It's a good broker, but you need, I would say, at least a couple $1,000s. I mean, if I wasn't on this call, I'd say 5. Technically, you can do it with 2 or 3, but it's tough. It's very tough. So you need some capital. That's why I'm saying, honestly, the cheapest place to go learn Apex for just a couple of months, not for the intention of getting paid, but for the intention of I'm going to learn this skill. It's going to cost me $30 to $50 a month or whatever my account size is. And then I'm going to decide if I want to use prop firms. I'm going to decide if I want to use live money. I'm going to decide. But at the rate these companies, it's always nice to see the online story about the payout. But the truth is, I'm going to say again, a lot of those people who have the payouts, they've spent vastly more than their payout. Okay. They've spent equal to or vastly more than their payout. And then some of the big guys who owe this huge amount, I'm not talking bad. I'm aspiring that to myself. I'm saying they were at it for 8 years and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they got the $1 million payout. Hundreds of thousands of dollars and 10 years later, okay, hundreds of thousands of dollars and 3 years later. So there's usually more to those stories, and I'm not against them. Again, I'm aspiring to that. There's a lot I didn't know, but for practice, Apex is a cheap practice ground, and that's my only pitch. Take profit. Trader is the easiest payout process by far, hands down. And Blue Guardian is really good. And there you go. So that's enough about platforms. I'll take 2 more questions. Cheaper alternative to AMP futures is Plexy. Alex, okay. Alex said something that I think does take a little bit of love to hear, hopefully. Guys, you can do this same breakout strategy or JGX strategy on your futures account. You can do it on, I forget how many of these are futures or
You misspoke. You mean Forex account.
I did misspoke. Thank you. You can do it on a Wanda. You can do it on some of these other platforms on here. You can technically do the same thing with US 30, NAS 100, and S&P if you want to learn the strategy, because you can only learn so many things at one time. You can definitely do that. Plexy is also in the link tree. You can use it. It's a Forex broker, but it's a good place to start if you want to learn the strategy first in TradingView. Cool.
They're not accepting unless you're already grandfathered in.
And yeah, no one's accepting anymore. I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard out there.
Jenny, can I ask something again? I'm
Yes.
sorry, because I have no idea of futures. Okay, do you have any videos in your YouTube channel to guide me a bit how to start?
We've got a couple, we're building up on them. But coming to this class is going to be a good place to start. Like, just come, give yourself 2 questions each class. I'll come on 2 times a week, and I'll even talk to Uncle P. Maybe for a few months, I'll do 3 times a week. And just give you guys here. I'm here for questions and answers. I'm here to help you kind of hold your hand through all the what the heck moments of this platform or this happened. And it's gonna suck. I know I'm not the salesperson, but it sucks more than it's fun at first. But once you get past that, I love this skill. I love this industry, and I think it can change your life if you let it. So we'll see.
Hey
Just
Jenny,
because
do you still have let me interject real quick. It'll be real quick, Jenny. Do you still have team members who are helping you with assisting people who are needing to, I guess, have their charts set up or whatnot? Because it seems like there's a lot of requests in the chat for everybody wanting their chart to look like yours, and I know you help out. Um, but obviously you'll be limited, with the amount of time that you have each week in trying to have that done. So I don't know how you're handling that now with this transition to the futures and the new class platform.
Yeah, and with all of the new churn coming in, it's going to be constant.
Actually, hey, one of my team members is on here. Maybe we can message out Joe and see if he wants to be in charge of uh helping people with their TradingView charts or TradingView stuff, because and he does get paid for his time. I think it's $50 or $40 or $30 or I don't know, $100. Don't quote me. I don't want to be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around 50. And he'll just set up everything you need to set up. So if you want help with that, I will check with Joe, and you guys can work with him, because if it solves a couple problems, just a few people at a time. That's a good point, Jonathan. Very good point.
Yeah, that'd be very helpful, Jenny, because I like the rest of them. I want to get up and going, but I just want my chart to resemble your charts. I went and played with some of the settings, but I just can't get those where you got that dotted line in the middle and like yellow or whatever. How did you do that?
Okay. Well, I will confirm. I don't want to speak out. It's not my place. But if they say it's available, it's yours. Definitely. And I'll check with Uncle P and see if they want to do anything like that. Because I think with this many people, sometimes it's just that peace of mind to help you feel safe for a little while. So I will check into it. I'll get you guys an answer by next week. Deal?
Great, thank you, Jenny. You're very patient. I really appreciate that.
No, thank you. I'm glad I get it. That I have. That patience I have. God gave me that. So I have plenty enough other areas though. Okay, I'm still here waiting for you to attend my request. So Z has a request. What is your request? Cheaper alternative. Z, what's your
Yeah,
question?
so I've been waiting. I requested for you to like assist me with the trading view. Um, I want like just like go by what you said by getting on the Apex. So I need to set my trading view up the way it looks like yours, so I can try and practice with the Apex.
Okay, so you wanna you're
Yeah, my training view. That's why I requested earlier about an hour ago or so that I needed you to like I needed to share my screen with you so
okay.
you can.
Here, I'm gonna stop share. You're the boss. You share your screen. There you go.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can't help you.
Oh no.
Wade just posted two PC monitors. Yeah, the ones I got, they're not super high end. I wanted to see if I liked it before I bought the curved one because I've heard negative things about the curved one. But he just posted an Amazon link for some monitors if you guys are
Yeah,
interested.
those are ones that actually are portable. I love them because you can take them right in your PC bag and they pop onto the side of your screen and you have three monitors.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Nope, you gotta hit the share button.
I think I did that already. Share screen. Yep. I just hit the share screen. Okay,
Did
share.
you click on the screen? Okay. Well, did
Yeah.
you click on the screen you want to share? Because we don't see it yet. Okay. We're golden. We're getting there.
Okay.
Okay, I see your screen. What is your question?
So I just want it to look like yours. I think I'm doing something wrong or probably not setting up. I'm presently in Washington State. That's my time is 8:09 currently. So
Okay, so let's go. You are Washington, it's 8:09, so you're 2 hours behind your mountain time. Okay, so go to the UTC at the bottom. If you're
okay.
2 hours behind me, you're already wrong. Because it's 11:09. Oh no, you're 3 hours behind me. You're fine. I can't do math. It's me. It's not you,
Okay.
it's me. Okay, now let's go to the 6FTC breakout thing. The
Okay.
indicator. Go to the
This
settings wheel. Yep, go to the settings wheel to the no,
mm-hmm.
those are
Oh,
done.
settings.
Settings is like a wheel. Yep, right there.
This one. Okay, good.
You got it. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down, 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 down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are currently set to -4, but your chart is telling you it's -7, right?
Yes.
So why don't we change that to -4? Or -7, I'm sorry. Change it to match where you're at.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's go up. When New York happens, my time, it's 9:30, but when New York happens, your time, what time is it there?
It's gonna be 6:30.
All right, let's type in a 6:30 there. Okay. And when
Did I?
yep, you don't have to worry about that. That's just coloring the box, which we don't have clicked anyway. So
Okay.
if you want to trade Sydney, it's 20 o'clock my time. But what time is that your time?
It's gonna be 20 o'clock your time. It's gonna be, I think, 17. What
That's
time are you at? What time are you at now?
I'm at 11:11, make a wish.
So like if it's 20, it's gonna be 17 my time.
That's correct. So go ahead and type 17 in there.
17. Done that. I did that.
Okay. So now scroll down a little bit. We're gonna
So
take,
the end time does not matter. You mean the end time does not
nope,
need?
you don't need the end time. The
Okay,
box
okay.
scrolling down, keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down all the way. Keep going more. Inputs and value line and status line, let's uncheck that.
Uncheck it. Okay.
Yep. That cleaned up all that stuff right there. Okay. Now hit OK.
Okay.
Now in theory, that's 6:30 your time, so that's when you wanted to see it, right?
What did you say just now? I didn't hear that.
At 6:30 your time, so that's when you wanted to see it, right?
Yeah, at 6:30 my time is gonna be 9:30 your time.
So that's how you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it fixed.
No. It's not fixed yet. I mean, the screen is not what I want. Like, how do you make your screen just look blank? And I just want to see I can see the moving average. Your moving average, the moving average, I can see that. And then I also can, you know, I don't know. I think the way it looks is not just like yours. Like,
Ah, okay. So like kind of what Scott said. I have an awful view. Let me close this chat down, close that down, make your screen a little bit bigger. Whipsaw price action. We're moving all the way back up. We got our scalps out of it, but man, oh man. Okay. So you have some volume on the bottom, market session profile. Do you like that market session volume profile indicator? You like that?
yeah, I think it kind of, I watch a YouTube video that says it kind of shows me like to know what's instead of like getting where the market stop, it's like an indicator, a pre-indicator is a free indicator that kind of like give me an advantage of the previous lows and highs of the previous market.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. Well, you like the white background or you hate the white background?
I don't like I don't want the white background. I just want it simple. This is like complicated kind of to me.
Okay, go ahead and click on your chart and right click, go down to settings.
Right click, settings. Okay.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm silly. That's my fault. Close.
Close
Plus
it.
on that, yep.
Okay.
So right click,
Mm-hmm.
go down to settings.
Settings.
Yep. Oh, never mind. Again, if I click on my chart,
Jenny, if he's trying to change it to dark, just have him go up to where to the left hand side of the screen where his profile picture is, and it has a setting on it for light and dark. If he's trying to change the background,
there you go. So go up there where your picture is, and there's a setting up there for, see? He knows
Yeah.
stuff.
and just click on dark.
Where do you want me to click now?
You don't have it in yours,
Yeah, it's not. This is where my profile picture is. This is where my
right? But,
profile.
no, but I don't see it. Mine is in my settings. It has dark theme or light.
Oh, I see that too, yeah.
Is yours on yours as well, Jenny?
I think it's in a drawing panel.
Yep. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, look, honestly, you can YouTube how to change the background and the colors and stuff on your chart. In between now and then, I will make a video of setting up a template for the breakout strategy that's exactly like mine. And of course, you guys can customize it like you want. I will make a video on setting up a template for JGS, JGX, whatever. This way you guys have access to them. I will make those videos and then I will confirm with Futrix and see if they don't mind having a support person to help with chart setups. I don't mind having that provided that they're available. Because again, I know Uncle P is just looking for simplicity. And I know that's the name of a brand there, but and so am I. He's just looking for peace and not a lot of nonsense. So I'm open to whatever. I will talk to my guy that helps with people's setups and see if he's interested in that. I'm
Jenny,
reasonably.
where will I find your videos that you drop? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What was your question?
Where will you drop the videos? Where will I be able to find them once you
They will be live on YouTube,
on
publicly
your,
on
on your
YouTube.
channel?
Yep, and I will post them with Uncle P and to get anything, especially breakout, stuff related on there as well.
Good, great.
So Jenny, with these, even though my screen is not like yours, do I get the indicator set up right? Like is the indicator setting okay?
Yeah.
Can we go on the indicator setting and see?
You're on the 3-minute time frame.
Yeah,
Sweetheart, did you watch the video?
yeah, I watched the video. I think I have the indicator, the settings.
Somebody in the
I just
chat says he needs -8. You cannot apply breakout indicator to Apex charts. It will not work. So you have pip count, no arrows, like that you have it set up like mine.
What did you say?
You have it set up just totally fine. But if you watch the video, you'll figure out how to play with this to be what you want.
I watched the video. What about the moving average? I can't get to see the moving. I only have the 6 feet. I mean, I think I can see the indicator. I had it, but it's not just, the moving average helps a lot, so I can see that.
Okay, so here, do you know how to get to indicators on TradingView?
Yes. The indicator is right. I already linked it up on my TradingView. That's why this is why I'm having these. Can you see that? This is the indicator.
I do. So at the very top, it says indicators. Click on indicators.
Also, Jenny, if he goes to settings and then canvas, maybe he can change it from there for the background.
I think he kept clicking on the indicator, so we're getting all kinds of all over the place.
I click on the indicator now.
Okay, so type in moving average.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you the moving average, but then I'll make a video that you can kind of review and then see if we can't have somebody come remote in to help you with this.
Okay.
So moving average. You want an EMA? Yep, there you go. Click on that. And now you get to, see, you're not gonna be allowed to, because you don't have a membership that allows for more than 2
Yeah,
indicators.
I can take off the other one. I can take off this one.
Okay.
I can take off this one if it's not gonna allow me. Let me just remove. Okay.
There you go. Well, that's how you get there. So that's something I think you can definitely do. And in the meantime, I will make 2 videos that help. But if you want a moving average, we'll get one in there for you that just kind of helps a little bit.
I click on this.
Yeah, moving average. Yep. Mine is set. Okay. Breakout in the chart said, just my opinion, I think the big fish are selling and getting out of the positions and just allowing pullbacks and buy-ups. And they can further push the price down to get out of their positions.
Okay, the moving average has been added. Is it the right one?
So click on the settings and then you can decide what parameters you want.
Okay.
I use US Tech Index for my C markets, okay? So I set that to a 20.
The first one?
Yep, the first number to a 20.
Okay.
And hit okay.
I leave the other ones like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And now you have a 20 moving average on there. There you go. Look at that buy up. Okay. We will talk more about templates and stuff. I will see what kind of support I can get you guys. Some of this, we work on this platform, so we have to get a little bit comfortable with it. But in the meantime, Go
Then
ahead.
before you, one more thing, you see the time, the time I only have, I want, the way yours look like, you have a 3 minutes, 5 minutes up here.
Uh-huh.
This, I have to
So
click on, yeah,
you,
I want it,
if you star those, so go down to a 2 minute and star it.
okay, okay,
Go down to the 15 minute and star it.
okay.
And now you'll have those.
The 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I think you also do the 1 minute, right?
Well, that's going to be personal preference. A lot of this is personal
Okay.
preference.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for now. Then I look forward to and then more further assistance to get. But I think it's a bit preferable than the way it was earlier. I think it's more.
You also need to know you're not logged into anything. So your NQ, I need you to know this. Let me go back to my annotate and then I am popping off.
I'm not logging to the NQ.
Hold on.
Okay.
Do you see this D?
Yeah, that D.
D. Okay. Yeah.
You're having delayed data. So your price is coming in 10 minutes after everybody else's.
Oh. Okay. So how do I fix that?
So right now you're in paper trading. This is why I kept saying the way to fix that, the cheapest way to fix it, the simplest one-step cheapest way to fix it is an Apex account.
Yeah.
I'm saying
No,
that because
I mentioned that earlier. That yeah, I'm ready to go for that. I heard what you said about it. That's the way to practice.
yeah.
So I mentioned it earlier. I'm ready to go for that. But I think
Okay.
with this, I'm able to get started with by the time I join tomorrow, I should be on the Apex thing. So
Tomorrow's a holiday, Linda.
oh, sorry about that.
This is
Next
a
week,
long weekend. It will be a perfect time, you guys, for if you go on YouTube, there's plenty of people who trade these prop firm accounts or people in general who are familiar with Tradingview. And just
okay.
type, like if you put in Apex, setting up Apex with Tradingview on YouTube, Tradingview Essentials, any of those over the weekend. It may take a few different ones and you may have to go through a few different YouTubers to find the one that you like the best as far as their way of teaching it. But you pick up little things here and there. And then once you do that over the weekend and then you can come back, you have a better idea of those questions for Jenny so she can direct you into exactly what you want to have set up if you haven't figured it out yourself. But it's a lot, but it's easy once you get an understanding of it. It's just familiarizing yourself with it and then over the weekend using all those resources. Your YouTube University can pretty much almost answer all of your questions. I promise you guys.
Okay, thanks so much. I sincerely appreciate everyone
No
for the
problem. Hey,
input.
I do want
Thank
to
you.
show this though, because before we jump off, let me see if I can share the right screen. There we go. Ha. Got on the first try. I'm a genius. No, not really. But so
Yeah,
last
you
thing,
are.
tomorrow's
Genius.
a holiday. That's weird. Hopefully that transferred back because it transferred to my earpods. But tomorrow's a holiday, right? Monday is going to have different trading volume. Okay. So, yes, like Jonathan said, it's a good weekend to go and study and practice. Go get yourself an Apex account. It just solves so many of the problems that you guys are having. It's not that I'm promoting prop firms per se. I think it's a good entry place, but also get familiar with the concept of breakout strategies. So you can do that literally with the box. Okay. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, sexy. It can look like a dying duck, to quote, Facing the Giants, but get familiar with this concept of when price breaks out, I'm going to take it. This is 50% of the range, 50% of the range, and watch as price moves. Use a moving average to trail or to track that. You've got an endless amount of options to choose from. But that's going to help you so much with this, okay? Get familiar with contracts. The contracts are different than what you experience on FX. This is something you need to know because it's expensive. Like it looks nice on the screen when it's going in your favor, but $2,000 comes and goes quick, okay? Comes and goes real quick. So be careful, right? But get a
Yeah,
little bit on
one
trading.
last thing, sorry, Jenny. I also find out that on the contracts on my own end, it says zero contract for everything. So that means I can't trade it. When you say zero contract,
Uh-huh.
it says zero contracts. When I check all the time frames, it says zero
Holy
contract.
cow. Hold on.
Doesn't that mean that's because he's delayed, Jenny?
Wow. I had to switch you guys back to my other speaker. My AirPods took over and that was weird. That was really weird. But the risk that's telling you zero contracts, the reason why it's telling you zero contracts is because this is too low or you're on too expensive of an instrument. So I'm on the 2-minute on gold. Okay, at $1,000, that's giving me 1 contract. If I go to the micro gold, that's giving me 18 contracts. Big difference, right?
Let me check on gold.
Yep, big difference.
Let me check gold.
So gold versus the micro, very different contracts.
Did
18.
I click on the gold futures?
We already talked about that, of how to get to the futures. So you get there by clicking on this button and going to futures. So it can't just say gold. If it says gold, that's not a futures contract.
Oh, I have the futures already. So
Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, that's enough of the troubleshooting. We won a couple pretty good little scalps for a market that just couldn't make up its mind on that smaller time frame. Let's go back. Not gold. See, I deleted my NQ somewhere in this process. I see. Huh. Got it. One more time, just for giggles. Interesting. For a market that couldn't make up its mind this morning, we went down, we went up. This is the 2-minute time frame. Of course, 15-minute is going to be cleaner. Like it looks like it wants to go down, but it's not. It came up, it's coming back down. Just very indecisive at the moment. ES, same thing. We got a couple of good moves to the downside, failed the move to the upside, able to lock it, not much, but these were the 2 moves that kind of profited on the day. I think I'm up a total of $450-ish. So like a half a point on that last move. I will post those results just for verification. But as of right now, we broke out and I'm waiting. It's anybody's market. It's anybody's market. Big picture, if you're on your FX accounts, I'm pretty happy with the downside move. So that's all I've got on today. Thank you all for coming and hanging out and then spending this many hours. As always, if you have questions, comments, post them on our YouTube, post them in the places where you have access to post them. And
Hey
Zoom.
Jenny, I hate to interrupt real quick. I was holding off. I was trying to wait for you to finish, and I've been
Okay, come
waiting
on
3 days, 3 days, 3 days to ask you this question, and it's actually happening right now on the NQ where we have a couple of retests that happened during this session. Are the retest when the retest signals come up, they close the same candle as well? They're at the close of the candle, or are they at the beginning of the next candle?
They're gonna come up. So remember, when the arrow paints, it's not stable till the candle closes. So right now,
Right.
broke out to the downside. This is a retest. If it closes bearish, we've got 40 seconds. So this is, I mean, it would take a pretty traumatic move to pull up. So if I'm selling right here, okay, if I'm selling, which is a little bit late, I would have really liked to get a little bit higher up. But if I'm selling, this is again a big time frame, but on MNQ it would be cheap enough. I'm going to be targeting obviously the low, but if I look to the left, we can watch these white crosshairs. I like this void right here because this is an imbalance, and I'm going to be looking to take out pre-market lows. So even if I have to give it the full 50% range, which I'm going to have to, so that's 60, what is that? 83 points. It's kind of expensive. But in this market, that's pretty standard. Let it
Okay, and
pull up.
I'm actually looking at the ones that occurred on the 2-minute.
Okay, let's go take a look.
They were really nice.
Oh, okay, so you've got the box coming all the way out. Okay, this is
Yeah.
perfect. This is a perfect move right here. So let me
That's
change.
where it was.
Let's change these settings. I'm going to make it 60, not 2060. That's probably not big enough. Let's make it 80. There you go. So we break down to the downside. We're still not being able to close above. This is NQ, a little smoother price action today. This retest, when this candle closes, okay, again, you still need other further confluence, but when this candle closes bullish, this opens bearish, because this doesn't close bearish to confirm our downside. This just proves that we had some little resistance. We are still moving up. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but at this very millisecond, we don't have confirmation. We touched a line, but we have no bearish anything, right? So I know it looks good on paper when we say, hey, we got in right there, but the truth is I would not have gotten in right there. This next candle that closes bearish, that's where I would get in.
Okay, what about the previous? I think the previous one is a better
This one?
example.
This one?
Right there. Yeah.
That's perfect. So you get a body close. You still haven't even tapped the one range. We know that we're targeting the pre-market lows or the yesterday close. So this is perfect. As we come back up and this wick is flowing, I'm getting in. I would get in even on the line here just because of the price action. That trying to pretend like we don't see hindsight's again always 2020. But by the time I see these candles, bearish engulfing, we've retested 50%. I'm going to be kind of aggressive in this entry, almost regardless of what that candle looks like. So if this is giving me any wick action or bearish action, I'm getting in anywhere on that candle. For further confirmation, I'm getting in right here.
So
Short
are you
position.
going off the bearish wick? You're gonna be getting it for a sell? Is that what you're saying?
Yep, even off the bearish wick. Well, look at the price action, guys. So I try not to teach the whole, this was perfect. See, that's crap, right? We know that doesn't work. We're bearish. We know we're going down here. We know, and we could be wrong. Let's own that. We've pushed down below. We've failed really even to get above. Okay. We're below the moving average. Okay. We're respecting this downward trend line. By the time we get this bearish engulfing momentum candle. So I don't know how big this candle is per se, but it's outsized comparatively a little bit, right?
About 4 times as big, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a bearish engulfing candle. It's a momentum candle. We retest that candle by 50%. Even if I don't know what that third candle looks like, I'm looking for sells when I see this. Just this much, because I already know where I'm targeting. I'm going to hopefully get a good entry. I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for sells up here, here, anywhere on that candle. I'll use a vertical line just to show you guys. So I would be looking for, that's my break, which means I'm just going to baby it. Cool. This, I don't have any bearish price action to tell me I really want to sell. In fact, I've got wick, 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 wick. I'm unsure here, so I would not be taking this entry because all these wicks are telling me we might push back up. So I'm not trying to look for one here. By the time we get this bearish close, I'm looking for sells here. Why? Because we still failed to break the box. We're closing on the line or below it. Another bearish candle, I'm looking for sells. Okay. I'm looking for sells. We get this close. Cool. As again, the wicks and the price actions are not very sexy. So I really would have wanted to see this be more clear, especially since we already rejected once. This again, I'm not super turned on by, but I would have when this is forming, I'm sure I would have been tempted here. And then of course, this bearish engulfing momentum candle, I don't even need to see this candle and I'm looking for a sell. Keep
Miss
going.
Jenny?
Go ahead.
This is Derek. Like I said, I'm new to trading, so I took a trade on the 1014 candle. So is that a good entry
That's this
on
one.
the downside?
Yeah. Well, you took it after, so this closed. Notice how that's literally where I drew this because practically speaking, again, I would be looking anywhere in here, but unless I had a trigger finger, my entry would have fallen somewhere in that range. So I don't know what second on that, but that's not a bad trade. I've got enough price action as well as the strategy to confirm it's going where I want it to go.
Is that at the 50% mark as well on the sell
This is
indicator?
this, which one? This one that he's talking about is not the 50% mark. This one is.
Oh, okay. Where the dotted line is at the 50%.
Yep. That's the 50% mark. That's it, 100%. And now, of course, we came back up. This is beautiful. But again, trying to be practical with you guys, it's really easy in hindsight to say, see, you could have done blah, blah, blah. But realistically, when this candle happened, we have now officially broken above this trend line. We have an engulfing bullish candle. So pressures to the upside, not the down, right? Multiple bigger bullish candles. So even if this one right here technically is a retest, there's nothing telling me I should sell on this retest. All that's telling me is we touched the line. So by the time we get past that and now we form this bullish candle, now I know, hey, I'm looking to break out of this flag, break out of this JGX. I'm looking to potentially sell. but I need some amount of price action to have closed below previous candles to show bearish momentum. I need something to tell me I should sell. And I would
You
not.
keep saying JDX. What is that? JDX.
That's my original strategy. We'll go over that another
Okay.
in a few weeks. Yeah.
I heard you mention it a couple of times. That's fine. No problem.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a few weeks. Just let's focus on this. I am going to reference it. Sorry, I can't not because it's been.
No, you good. You, Jenny, you're giving a lot of information. No problem. Keep
Okay.
going. No problem.
Information overload. I'm just just dump it all on you, and hopefully you guys catch a couple pieces here and there. That's all I can do. So, but that's where I'd be entering is here. That's where we get that verification, because this candle is not enough. We can't just say, hey, we touched that line, so we're going to sell. We need some kind of bearish closure. We need some kind of bearish confirmation that's going to tell us we're below. We need something to confirm our move, and we don't get that until here. So in this case, we would be in, probably not locked. If I'm not trading this on NQ, so I'd be trading it on a micro. So I'd be giving this a little bit more room, giving it to the 50% mark or the zone. You don't even have to give it that much, because once it comes above this, the trade is invalidated anyways. So if we
The
break,
micros are the smaller contracts, correct?
yep, they start with the letter M.
Jenny, you think one day we can do like a back test and let us kind of chime in and think, and not think, but try to predict using the indicator what it's going to do? Because I can't wait till you put this video. It's a lot of sauce in this video today.
Okay, well, yes, honestly, we'll do a back test. I'll show you and kind of predict what it'll do. The purpose of Breakout, remember, is not to predict. We've got plenty of strategies that tell us to predict, but this is just going where price is going, which is why people have having so much success with it. Is simple. You don't have to make a prediction. You go with it where it goes. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But
Yeah, when I said that might have been the wrong choice of words, see how we can use the indicator by doing the back testing and see how it enhances your trading ability. Yeah, I should have said that.
oh yeah, we have that. I have that for TradeZilla. I've got 30, 60, 90-day results for TradeZilla using the two different ways I use it. So, but that is enough for today. We will share that. We're growing. We are so growing, and we've had 3 great classes this week. We'll be back next week with 3 great classes, some more. I plan on making a couple videos today or tomorrow, so you guys will have them over the weekend. Otherwise, I know you're gonna have a ton of questions. Enjoy your family. Remember the reason for
This was awesome, and so this will be dropped in your channel sooner or later, correct?
Yep.
As always. Thank you, Jenny, so much. Get some tea for your throat. I
Thank you,
can
Miss
hear it
Barbara.
wailing.
Thank
Praying
you
for
guys.
you.
Mwah. I'm sending you lots of love. Bye,
You
guys.
too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Jenny.
Bye bye.